Hi everyone and welcome back to AMP. I have a crazy, hilarious hammock talk for you today. So I hope you are ready for this ridiculous story time. It's ridiculous. Like I can't even believe that I even endured this shit, but it's crazy. So I'm gonna tell you this hilarious story that just happened to me the other day. It's how I got video shoot catfished. Now Now, being in the work that I'm in like this, like, I get asked to do video shoots and things on a regular basis, go to modeling gigs and things like that. So, I'm like, okay, like, cool, I can do a video shoot. I was nervous about it just in general because I don't do video shoots very often, but I do have people who ask me pretty often, like, if I want to go and be in it. Usually I'm working or doing something else, so I can't really go. But this time I really didn't have anything to do. I was just like, okay, sure, I'll go. Like, I'll try it out. I'll see what it's all about. Anyway, so this guy, he asked me if I want to do his video. He's like, let's pop in tonight. We're trying to get like a party vibe going. Like, we're gonna get a big party video. So you need to come on out. Like, that's cool. So I asked him, a bunch of details about it. Like, where's it gonna be? What time? Like, what all is the stuff that we're supposed to do? Do I need to wear something in particular? Like, what is this? He's like, no, it's just a party scene. Like, wear what you want. Gave me the details on where it was and all this other stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, cool. I mean, I guess I could do that. Like, why not? So I get there and I'm at these people's house. Like, I don't know who the fuck they are. I know that when I pulled in, I could see in their window they had a fucking rebel flag just literally sitting out of their window. That was strike one, baby. I live in the South, and that flag don't always mean everything that you want it to be. But I wasn't gonna just judge it off that. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna sit here for a long time because people were like starting to look out their window and like figure out who I was, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that either, boo. But um, I did pull out of the driveway and like pull over to this church that was down the street. So I give the guy a call and I'm like, hey, I'm at this place that you told me, like, is this the right place? Like, what's going on? Where are you? I didn't see you at all. Like, what's happening? And he's just like, oh man, I just went around the corner. Like, that's where the video shoot is supposed to be. Like, we're gonna be there in a minute. Why don't you just come meet us around the corner? Because we're over here and, we're gonna set up some things over here too. So I was like, okay, sure, it's just around the corner, it's not far. So I can go ahead and, drive over there. That's nothing, like 2 minutes. What? So I drive over there. I'm sitting in this new driveway. Now this house looks better. It's nice. It's like, cool, chilling, like vibe, whatever, cool. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, I'm calm down now. And I, wait. I was like sitting there 5-10 minutes. I called a dude. I'm like, hey, I've been sitting out in this other driveway. Like, are you ready? Like, what's going on? Like, should I come in? Like, is this where I need to be? What's up? He's like, yeah, you at the right place. I'm just in the house. I'm picking something up from this other dude. Like, I'll meet you out there in a minute. Like, I'm gonna come outside. It's cool. And get you. Like, okay. So he comes outside and he's like, hey, what's up? Like, good to see you, dude. Like, come on in. We can come in for a second. So we were in there for a minute, just like standing, talking to me for a minute, waiting on the guy to give him something. I was like, okay, like, does this have to do with your video? Like, what's going on? He was like, oh yeah, I got a bunch of stuff that I gotta get from him for the video. Like, it's cool. I just got it. So we can go now. I'm like, I don't see you with anything, but I don't know if you gave it to him or he gave it to him. Like, I don't know what they was doing. But we went outside and I'm like, okay, like, should I go back over to that other place? Like, I'll follow you there, whatever. He's like, oh, well, I parked my car over there. Do you mind giving me a ride back over? I was like, you didn't drive over here? He's like, no, I just rode with my friend over here and that was, it. So I'm like, okay, that's strike number 2, but it's just around the corner, so you could have rode with your friend and we'll let that one slide. So we drive back over to the house. We out there, we, stand there. I'm like, what's up with the video shoot? Is the video dude gonna come? Like, whatever. He's like, yeah, that's my friend. He's just on his way from around the block. Like, he was still getting all his stuff together. And I'm like, okay. 10 minutes goes by. Is he really still getting his stuff all together? Well, I just called him and he didn't answer the phone. We go back to the back of this place where we're supposed to be shooting the video at. He knocks on the door. Nobody answers. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna get out of here. So I'm like going back towards my car. He's like, wait, no, dude just said he was on the way. He just called me back because he did get on the phone for a second. So I'm like, okay, I guess he could have called you back and said that he's on his way. But I'm still gonna go get my car. So I like go and I sit my car for a minute, and he comes back and he's like, hey, we can go in the house, like we can get in there, blah blah whatever. So I'm like, okay, like what the fuck, so we go up to this door, and mind you, I have on high heels too, so I'm out there looking like a bomb pop. Like, I'm not just playing on this video. I'm out there looking like a bomb pop, like, ready to rock and roll and to get a video shoot done. Like, looking beautiful, glammed up. This motherfucker takes me up to this door, and I'm standing there at this door like, okay, we gonna go in. I could hear something on the inside, so I didn't know if it was like music or TV or whatever it was. Like, I don't know. I'm fucking just standing there like, just ready to go inside because I'm bored of this shit. Like, I don't want to keep sitting and waiting to do something that I came here to fucking do. Like what? So before we go into the door, he said something like fast, and I couldn't really hear it. Like, it took me a minute. Like, I heard it, but I didn't hear it because it was fast. And then on top of that, it was not a good sentence in my brain to be like thinking about. Like, it didn't make sense to me. I was just confused, like, what? But I'm standing there, and dude grabs my hand, and he's like, be careful, we're going to white people house. I'm like, what? What is that supposed to fucking mean? We going to the white people house? Like, I live with white people. What is that supposed to fucking mean? That doesn't make no fucking sense to me. So all of a sudden, I'm like running through this fucking house, like in heels, mind you. Like, I'm in fucking heels, so I can't just be running up through no shit. But I'm running through this fucking house. The dude is like, pulling me through this house. First thing that I see when I walk in was just a group of white people on this couch that's like literally like this. Because if y'all could see the fucking floor that was in this house, you would understand why the couch was like this. That fucking front of the floor was like on a slope. Not even actual like floor. It was fucking carpet and towels and blankets. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Where the fuck am I? Like, what the fuck is this shit? Fucking just 5 people all fucking on their little couch right here in the fucking corner, just sitting there. Like, it's cool that your couch is on a slope. They probably couldn't sit on this side of the couch because then they would just slide down to this other side of the couch. Like, that's fucking ridiculous, y'all. Beyond that, we go through a kitchen that's like linoleum, half maybe wood, like fake wood floor, like something crazy. Fucking go back to this room that is a fucking blanket for a door, and it was fucking disgusting. It was the most disgusting place I've ever been in my entire life. And it just gets worse, y'all. It just gets worse. So we go in this room right here, and I see 2 people. They just laying on the bed, like chilling, whatever, hanging out, sitting on the bed. Like, they just, cool and vibing. Now, this is the place that if you could see it, you cannot cool and vibe in this shit and be comfortable. This is like all of those pictures that you ever see with, if your friend's house looked like this, would you be there? Except for 10 times worse, like not even close to. Some of these pictures be having just a fucking mattress and their like floor that might have some clothes on it. People be like, would you go to your friend's house like this? And they be like, no, nah bitch, this shit was like, we went to the dump. Like, there was somebody fucking squatting in this shit. Like, that was what the fuck they were doing. Like, they knew that this was like this before they moved in, and they moved in anyway, and then made it, theirs, and it was disgusting and nasty. The walls had fucking holes in them that had tape that was just covering those holes, like a hole like this fucking big, like a hole that big, like this radius and this fucking big wide, just with tape, brown tape over them, wallpaper probably coloring the other holes, just shit hanging from the ceiling, shit everywhere, clothes everywhere, fucking who knows what else just hanging out. Yet these motherfuckers was in there hanging out on the bed, chilling like it's cool, like it's Saturday night, they hanging out, fucking watching Family Guy on this old ass big screen TV on fucking Netflix. I'm trying to figure out where the fuck the Wi-Fi is. Where the fuck y'all are even getting this Netflix from? How the fuck can you afford this if you can afford your house to look like this fucking shit? Like, did you hotwire your fucking lights to turn on? Like, how the fuck? But these people are living in this shit like it's just, a cool time. And then I'm mad, like, why did this dude think that it was cool to bring me into this type of place? Like, what the fuck is this shit? The fuck? Why would you even bring me into this place? Why would you not even give me no type of warning? And then be like, but be careful because this is white people's house. What the fuck is that supposed to mean to me? Really? Like, please tell me what that's supposed to mean. That does not give me any sort of description of what I'm supposed to be expecting from here. So, finally, I'm in there, and this girl that was in there, she's just sitting there cool, and she's like, oh my gosh, you look so pretty, like, thanks for coming, da-da-da, my name is this, I'm not gonna tell y'all your name, y'all don't need to know, but my name is this, da-da-da, like, da-da-da, that's telling me, but the thing that got me is she said, well, I'm so sorry, this is just a downtime for me. Bitch, this shit look like this all the time. You cannot tell me this no downtime for you. You cannot, bitch. This is fucking your everyday life. You do this every day. There is no need for you to give me that lie in this bullshit that y'all are living. It was fucking disgusting, y'all. Disgusting. And this bitch gonna tell me, oh, it's just a downtime for me. It's just a downtime for us. Bitch, your life has been down. And that's what this fucking shows. I don't know what the fuck this is, but this ain't just no downtime right now type shit. This is you every day. Don't even fucking claim that shit if that's gonna be it. But don't lie to me and say some goddamn downtime for me. So past that, I'm still trying to figure out like how the fuck I'm gonna get out of this house. I fucking was like drugged through here with my heels on, like not even trying to be in here like this. Like this was the dick. And my whole thought from the second that I stepped through the doorway was, how the fuck am I getting out of here? I'm going to figure this out. Like, I'm gonna get the fuck out. Like, I'm not gonna stay here and got to go, like, fuck this bullshit. So, this chick over here, she's like, clean the couch off, like, pull that shit off the couch. Bitch, I'm not finna sit down. Who do you fucking think I am? I'm not finna sit down nowhere in this shit, dude. But I also did have heels on, so I was just like, I need to get out of here. And I think about it, I've been standing in these heels too for a while, like just, waiting, standing, sitting, driving, like doing this, over and over. Fucking just trying to figure this shit out, like how the fuck am I getting out of here? So, I do sit down for about 2 minutes on this little couch. But, you know how I sat? On the edge of that hole. On the edge, not even like... Can y'all see the edge of this shit? Not even like, a full sit down. Like, I'm up here like this the whole time. Like, I'm not even on that shit. Like, not even. No. I'm not sitting down nowhere on your shit. Not with your fucking bugs and your weird bullshit that you have coming out of your wall. I don't fucking want that shit. No. No. I just said, fuck that shit. But, once I got my strength on that 2 minutes, right before I was about to leave, like I had just stood up and a fucking mouse ran under the bed. No! This was already bad enough. And then for a fucking mouse to fucking run from under your bed. Dude, I'm out. Out of here. No. I was in there for a good like 5 minutes, y'all. 5 minutes. And my heart was beating fast the whole time. I was like, why the fuck? Why the fuck am I here? Why does this happen to me? This is what happens in the field of things that I'm in, because sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you try to trust people and take a chance. And I asked him as many questions as I could to figure out, what the hell was going on. Like, I wasn't not trying to be knowledgeable, and I've met him before. It wasn't the first time I've met him. We've spoken a few times, and he sent me a lot of music. We've talked a lot about music and things. So I'm just like, it's not like this guy, like, I didn't just not know him that way. Like, sometimes you have to meet people. Like, how else do you meet people? But I was just like, this, I will never talk to this person ever again. Like, that shit was fucking ridiculous, y'all. I could not believe the shit that I had just went through. But not only that, at the end, why does this motherfucker beg me for a ride home? Dude, how did you fucking get here? How did you get here is my question. Someone please tell me how he got there, and how I got there, and how this happened to me. That's fucking hilarious. But thank you for joining me for my hammock talk hilarious story time. I have so many crazy things that just happen to me just randomly at life. Like, I be trying to figure that shit out and just don't know. Like, sometimes you just don't know what to expect. And that's a part of life. I've never been in this sort of situation, but I'm glad that it happened just so that I have the experience, because it was ridiculous. I'm glad that I made it out alive and that shit does not happen more, but it's fucking hilarious. The things that you can go through. But once again, always, forever, stay amazing, you crazy, silly people. Leave me your comments below about what you think and what things you think I could have done differently, and what you think of just the whole situation in general. Like, that shit's crazy. That shit crazy. Subscribe.